Dele Farotimi has been granted bail, but something is wrong with that bail condition.
Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Guys, no be small thing o. No be small thing dey happen now for Nigeria. As we hear before, say they don grant Dele Farotimi bail of 50 million naira. They say na 50 million bail charge na they give the man. But now again, with the year say they don postpone am o, they no gree bail the man again. They don shift am again to the 20th of this month. Omo guys, no be small thing dey happen for Nigeria. It's like there is more to this, so e be like say e get wetin dey happen underground for this matter, because a lot of things don't happen for these few days. Guys, let me leave you to watch the full video. Please guys, don't forget to like, comment and share this video.
Dele Farotimi has been granted bail, but something is wrong with that bail condition. Let me explain. According to the publication made by the Nigerian police then, they said that Dele Farotimi will be taken to court on the 10th of December, but they changed their mind suddenly and took Dele Farotimi to court again on the 9th of December when they granted Dele Farotimi bail. But here's the problem. Nigerians are complaining that Dele Farotimi bail condition is too strict to compare to the offense. And not just that, while taking Dele Farotimi to court, Dele Farotimi was handcuffed as if he was a criminal, when the people who actually commit offense more than what Dele Farotimi has committed were never unhandcuffed. For example, former Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello, he was taken to court and never unhandcuffed. Yaya Bello was in court without handcuffed and was escorted with policemen. You could see a lot of security agencies laughing and even celebrating with him, while Dele Farotimi, who was charged to court because of defamation of character, was handcuffed. And Nigerians are saying that the way the Nigerian judiciary system is handling Dele Farotimi's case, it seems that what Dele Farotimi wrote in that book might actually be true. Maybe there's a big truth in that book Dele Farotimi wrote, according to those who have read it. So Dele Farotimi was granted bail of 50 million naira on the offense of defamation of character, according to Afe Babalola's suit. Not just the 50 million naira, Dele Farotimi has to provide one surety that will stand in for him, and that person must have a landed property in Ekiti. That person must also have 3 years tax clearance. That person must submit his title of deeds to the court. That person must submit his 4 passports and 4 photographs to the court. And Dele Farotimi also will have to submit his international passport, meaning that while this case is still on, even though he has been granted bail, he will not leave the country because he will have to submit his international passport to the court, because they think say maybe he go wrong come up for the country. Now, those are the conditions surrounding Dele Farotimi's bail, which anyway he might meet them up very soon. Remember that House of Rep member that physically and verbally assaulted a boat driver. His bail condition did not get to this level. It was just 500,000 naira and everybody moved away. But Dele Farotimi's own is 50 million naira. The question is 50 million naira for what exactly? That is the question. Another question Nigerians need to ask is that why must Dele Farotimi be handcuffed to court? Anyway, I don't have answer to those questions. Maybe you watching me will have answer to them.
Many Nigerians on social media have continued to use the hashtag #FreeDeleFarotimi to demand for the immediate release of human rights advocate Dele Farotimi. The arrest of the activist over alleged defamation has also sparked public interest in Farotimi's book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System, which has now become an Amazon bestseller, ranked #1 in elections and 555 among all books on the platform. The publication has also topped categories in general elections, political process, and political commentary with a 4.9-star customer rating. The book, which was published on July 2nd, explores how affluent Nigerians allegedly exploit the country's judicial system for personal gain. Well, hours after the Ekiti State Magistrate Court remanded Farotimi in prison, Roving Heights, a popular bookstore, reported its website had crashed due to unusual traffic and a spike in the demand for the book. I mean, I did go to Amazon.com and I did see bestseller. I also went to Roving Heights. I was also, I'm actually curious, and this is what this case has done now. It has now, ignited the conscience of a lot of Nigerians. They want to know what this book is all about. I mean, what are we saying here? Rufai, this story is huge. So many reactions have trailed the story. And, we've discussed at length about what has been going on. So I want to read some reactions from Nigerians. And, yesterday, Afa Babalola broke his silence on Farotimi's detention. And here is a tweet. He said that the book contained several defamatory statements that questioned his integrity and accused his law firm of unethical practices, including corrupting the judiciary. In response to that, Winston wrote, "It is not your place to say what is defamatory to you. It is the court's duty. You can't call it defamation simply because it hurts you. What if it's true? Dele has asked you to challenge him in court. Why not do so rather than kidnap him and hold him hostage with the police?" Damilare wrote, "Of course, we know the content of the book. The question is if the content could be challenged and proven wrong." Dele Farotimi already said it in an interview with Sheung that he is standing by everything he wrote in the book. Let this be challenged in the court of law. Well, Isaac wrote, Are Afe Babalola is an easygoing lawyer, and if you have ever met this man, you would know that he is not the type to oppress the less privileged. He is a renowned philanthropist who has spent more than 7 decades upholding justice. I won't even begin to talk about the crucial role he played in helping recover our national funds. Then one Rastafarian-looking author suddenly wakes up one day and attempts to tarnish the name that Are has dedicated his life to building. This is a low blow. Are only asked for a proof of the allegations, but the followers of one failed politician began a smear campaign against him on social media. Is that justice and fairness? Let's talk about justice for Are Afa Babalola. Well, another tweeter there responded to that tweet saying, just because you adore him doesn't make him infallible. Just because he engages in philanthropy doesn't make him a saint. Why can't he follow due process and persecute Dele Farotimi? I detest people who smear others. But the guy said he has his evidence, so the law should take its course transparently. You may not like Dele Farotimi, but he still has his rights. Those rights must be respected. Otherwise, we are no longer operating the rule of law, but the rule of the jungle. And talking about people supporting a failed politician, I guess those people include the Nigerian Bar Association, of which Afe Babalola is a member, Omoyele Sowore, and many other voices all across Nigeria and beyond. Please, let's be serious about building an equitable, just, and fair society for every one of us and our children. I mean, I guess that is the conversation out there, and that is quite transparency, due process is the call out there.
So a lot of people try to spin narratives. Anyway, Dele has said a lot of people try to spin this narrative, so we're not surprised that we're seeing them. They are really beginning to come out now.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying Are Babalola should not, if he feels the fame, should not go about fighting for his rights.
And that is his right.
But the way they have gone about it has made what he's doing wrong. This same Afe Babalola wrote many articles condemning the use of police to intimidate people in fight for defamation cases.
We have seen those
articles are beginning to pop up.
Yes, we have seen them.
So if Afe Babalola has just gone to court and said, okay, court, take your action, that's just it. But this use of police and everything, and the fact that we have allegations of people hiding these charges all this while so that they be able to say he had not appeared in court all this while.
Yeah.
And as regards him telling his own part of the defamation story in his deposition, this story had come out like 2 days ago. And I had seen the full chapter of all the pages of what he wrote. In fact, I think he cited in over 10 or 15 pages in the book where he claimed that Dele defamed him. And that's for the courts to decide. Part of his prayers is that the book should be withdrawn. But the book now, that is circulating all over the world, and everybody's getting it on Kindle and Amazon, where is he going to get injunction to withdraw the book all over the world? In a case, if he gets what he wants. Most importantly, and let me make this very important point, as I said, there's this top American journalist that said something recently, an older man, that said when people defame you, the best thing to do is to keep silent.
Yeah.
Half of the people might not have even read about the defamation. Most people might not have even understood the defamation. It is when you now shine light on it, everybody's narrating. I can tell you that the book didn't get its adulation when most people didn't even report it when Dele wrote the book. But today, it's worldwide. Yeah. So I'm not saying Afe does not have a right to change if he feels his rights have been trampled upon. No. But once you now go to this forceful way, then you have lost me.
Yes. I think that's really what it is.
Because that's the main story. Yeah. As to the legal, sociological parts, I think I've spent the last 2 days commenting at length on all of this, beyond what is on social media. But about books. Now, the principle about books is that when you try to prohibit a book or you try to remove it, you make it more popular. Yes. As you said you were curious. Yes. You also went and looked for the book. So this is about curiosity about the book. But the sociology of books, banned books, prohibited books, books that are challenged, is that they suddenly become popular. In 1865, Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, there was objection to it. But today, Alice in Wonderland is one of the most famous books in literature. Ulysses by James Joyce was also prohibited at the time. In its own case, it was about obscenity. The same thing happened to Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence in 1922, when it was said that, the content was a bit too prurient for the 1920s society. But all these books became very popular. Yeah. A Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger was also, prohibited because they thought it was too explicit. Today, it's one of the major books in American literature. So this is how books turn out. When you try to restrict them, people will be curious. They will go and look for it. But the major battle is in the court of law. And we say that on both sides. Both parties involved in the dispute have their rights. But defamation is a very tricky thing. Because Dele Farotimi, we insist on justification. You don't know what evidence he has. That's for the court to decide.
Well, the Inspector General of Police don't take over case. He don't file new charges against Dele Farotimi for Federal High Court. A real thing where they pursue Dele Farotimi for, they never talk am. You see, one of the major problems for this country, Nigeria, be say, there is a dangerous level of ignorance amongst us Nigerians. And this ignorance, not be only for people who no go school, illiterate people who know. The ignorance is even more with educated people. Because most of us as Nigerians, we don't understand how government should work, how institutions are supposed to function, how systems are supposed to operate. And that is why even when we want to make any demand, we need to know how to channel our anger. We say whether we want to end bad governance protest or whatever. And even the politicians, they know, say we don't understand what we need to focus on. That is why themselves know they take us serious. It reflects in our collective decision. Because if you understand how the judicial system should work and how justice is important, you're supposed to know, say, this case of Dele Farotimi, it concerns you and me, average Nigerians, past Dele Farotimi. Mr. Dele Farotimi go dey alright. They go release him. Nothing must happen to him. But we must ensure that they release Dele Farotimi, because you and I, who may not even have surname where anybody sabi, are also human beings that have rights and want to enjoy our own freedom and justice in this country called Nigeria. Today they don't carry case go federal high court for Ado-Ekiti from by IG of police. You know federal high court now. Kano, 2 emir from the state government, from federal high court. River State. The thing where they happen for Nigerian judiciary today, not be waiting anybody go even tell you whether he corrupts or he no corrupts. 2021 report of US Department of State is there. Nigeria judiciary is a cesspool of corruption. You hear for video when one former appeal court president husband will be former senator, they tell us for Senate how certain decision making they go on when the day house between him and his wife will be head of appeal court that time. As you dare today, so as a Nigerian, you are one phone call away from being remanded in prison on any kind of frivolous charge where anybody bring against you. Once the person will bring them against you gets the connection to no one magistrate where they go carry you 5 charge before you know, no matter the content of the charges, they don't say they deny you bail, remand in prison, bring him January, they bring January, oh they have legally a court, no seats, take him back, bring him back March, take him back, before you know you have spent 5-6 months of your life on a charge that you should even have been granted bail from the beginning, because there was even no locus in filing those charges in the beginning. But that is the Nigerian criminal justice system that we have. If the case truly between Afe Babalola and Dele Farotimi was about the civil defamation, Chief Afe Babalola is a senior lawyer in Nigeria now. He knows how the justice system should work. So the whole of that arrangement of carrying to Ekiti, taking to magistrate, remanding, denying bail, waiting it been there to achieve, is it to prove a point or to teach somebody a lesson? And you there hear the clap, they smile, say, oh, because of this, because you know like person, you they supporting justice against the person. The way Nigeria judicial system today be, Nigerian judiciary is not the last hope of the common man again. No. It is the last hope of the uncommon man. And you will be poor man, not be justice you go get from there, now judgment you go get. So you must put pressure and ensure that you reform the judicial system for your own good. If not, you go fit be the next victim tomorrow. So when people they talk, ethnicity, tribe, and religion should not be ground for you to support injustice. Because if you support them against person where you know like, it goes soon happen to a person where you like, or even you yourself. Today some people they talk about Burna Boy Speed Darlington. I'm not a fan of Burna Boy or Speed Darlington. A lot of the comments that Speed Darlington made are very outrageous. I do not support any of those kind of defamation against a person. But even in prosecuting a case against such a person, you must still follow due process. You cannot use injustice to get justice. You cannot use criminality to fight crime. It doesn't work that way. That is why you must ensure that in everything that you do, stand with justice, no matter who they involve. Because the hand of injustice is long enough to go around. It go touch everybody. This one when you talk because you are clothed with a tribalism, ethnicity, and nepotism. You say, oh no, man, Tinubu, you know, concern, Dele Farotimi. No worry. The day they will come for you, there will be nobody to speak up for you. So we must ensure that our fundamental human rights are protected and guaranteed. If there is a case against Dele Farotimi of defamation, due process should be followed. Anybody who makes allegations should be able to prove. But you must not use criminality to achieve that. We reject it in its entirety. And that is why I must join my voice to demand that you free Dele Farotimi and every other victim of injustice in Nigeria. That is the right thing to do.
Free Dele Farotimi. Dele Farotimi has done nothing wrong. Nigeria and one country when we say a lot of things will be going wrong and nobody will talk anything. Everybody will go on the normal and their business. Which this country is like a war zone. All what they happen for this country. You can't go to the hospital. You can't have good electricity. You can't have good road. You can't, everything, wrong things that happen. Police harassment, everything, such things that happen. They will come on lawful arrest to arrest somebody like Dele Farotimi, all because of say, he speak about the criminal justice system in this country. And they will say, he defend someone's character. He not defend anybody's character. Now, exactly what did happen for this country. Now, Dele Farotimi talk. And Nigerians is quiet. Nobody is using that platform. Nobody is saying anything. But if you don't drop new music, when they say they don't hide whiskey. They say Davido, now blast Davido for president and all that. See, we all love music. But what affects us? We need to talk about it. And we need to do something about it with immediate effect, because it might be Dele Farotimi today. Tomorrow it might be your own. If you can't stand or you can't protest or you can't stand for Dele Farotimi today, tomorrow it will be yours. And if we allow this government to maltreat and to dehumanize us like this, then we continue to do these things, because no man is an ally. If you don't let them know they are wrong, they will never accept wrong. And they will think whatever they're wrong or the wrong they have been doing is right. So now, free Dele Farotimi and let's come out and stop this judiciary system. Let's stop this police system. Let's stop this our government system for oppressing people, dehumanizing people. This is wrong, and we can never take this. We cannot live in a country like this, and I don't expect you people to see how foreign investors can come into a country like this, that your justice system is a criminal justice system, your government system, everything is wrong about it, and you're expecting foreign investors. No, this is not a country. This is not how country has been run. Nigeria government, retrace your step and release Dele Farotimi with immediate effect.
Dele Farotimi has been remanded in prison custody, and the case has been adjourned to the 20th of December 2024. He was earlier today arraigned before a magistrate court in Ado-Ekiti, where he is facing a 16-count charge at the magistrate court for alleged defamation and of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Afe Babalola. He arrived at the court premises around 9:49 a.m. accompanied by operatives of the Rapid Response Squad of the Nigeria Police Force and the Nigeria Correctional Center. Recall that on Monday, a High Court sitting in Ado-Ekiti had granted him bail to the tune of 50 million naira.
In case you're hearing this issue for the first time, let me give you a summary of what is happening between Afe Babalola and Dele Farotimi. Afe Babalola arrested Dele Farotimi because, according to him, he said that the book that Dele Farotimi wrote defamed his character. So he went all the way from Ekiti to Lagos State and arrested Dele Farotimi, which some people are saying that is not an arrest, that was a kidnapping. Anyway, that's what people are saying because of how he was arrested. So within the space of 24 hours, Dele Farotimi was taken to court by the police and they denied him bail, which has kept him in police custody since the 4th of December till today.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and please my love, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I post a video. I love you. See you in my next video. Bye.